Greetings ladies and gentlefish, and welcome to this game in the KV-1S, one of the 3 tier 6 Russian heavy tanks. Now you can immediately see that we are bottom tier here. The matchmaker has not been kind. It could be worse, however. If you look at the teams, you can see that there are about a third of each team is made up of tier 8s. We have a single tier 7, our opponents have 3, and then the rest are tier 6, and we've got a tier 4 scout as well. So it's not as if this entirely tier 8. But I wanted to show you this because I think it demonstrates that the KV-1S can still pull its weight even in a tier 8 game. Now don't expect this game to be, the finest game you've ever seen. This is not going to be some like 5,500 damage mega carry or something. And actually looking back on this replay, I was wondering whether or not to upload it. But as there are people who, as I now have, 1 or 2 subscribers, I don't want to just upload videos that are really, really, really good games. I also wanted to upload a couple of videos that are, they're decent and they're more what you can expect from an alright game in a vehicle. And also because with the KV-1S, it's so easy to look at the replay results and go, you know what, I only fired 5 shots, I didn't do very well. But 5 shots in this tank is 2,000 damage, so I think you need to be careful about getting yourself into that mindset. And it's very easy to do, and I mean that's the advantage of the KV-1S, that you don't need to fire very many shots in order to do really well in a game, that you have that monstrously big gun for a tier 6. A gun that's still competitive on a tier 7 heavy tank. And the tier 8, the IS-3, gets the same alpha damage as this. It only gets better, it gets better penetration and stuff, but it's the same damage per shot. And that's very competitive. So I forgot where I was going with that. So yeah, even though the game doesn't necessarily look stunning, it can still be a decent game in the KV-1S. So anyway, here we are, and we've seen our first worrying opponent, the AMX 5100. Now, he's a dangerous tier 8 heavy tank, but you can see we just put a meaty shot of, 360 odd damage into him. And this guy doesn't have much in the way of armour, so we don't really need to aim all that much, if I'm honest. And I don't want to try and track him, which I might do with a faster firing tank, because if I do track him, there's a chance that the tracks will just eat my shot, and I've got such a long reload, I don't want that to happen. So there's a second shot into him for about 400. He gets one into me in return, but if we're just going to play the trading game, he has more health than me, which is a problem, but I do more damage per shot than him. So I'm just thinking about trying to give this T-32 a hand. Oh, gun depression, or rather lack thereof. And I put a shot through the lower plate of that Tiger 2. Oh, he gets one into me as well though, and I'm on fire, so I put the fire out. These Russian heavies do seem to catch fire comparatively easily. But the shot I put in enables our T-32 to take out the Tiger. And suddenly this IS-3 isn't feeling quite so clever anymore. But, we're now not on a huge amount of health, so we want to play this fairly carefully. And, well, this is not what this gun is designed for, but we're going to see if we can try and get a long-range shot off on this scout. No, God, VK. He puts a shot into me and damages my engine. I repair the engine, but this is a problem now. Oh, he puts another shot into me. I put one into him for 470, bounce a shot, and now I'm having to be very careful, frankly. I'm trying to keep my armour angled, I'm trying to bounce his next shot. I almost reload, but he just manages to kill me. Now the gun he's using, the gun he was using, that's actually the 75mm gun by the look of it, from like the Panzer III-4 and the Panzer IV. It's not a very good gun. And it's not his top gun. If he'd had his top gun, I'd have been in trouble. I don't think I'd have been bouncing. I mean, I bounced one shot there. I was kind of surprised he got the penetrations that he did, I suppose. But if he knew where he was shooting, he was being careful with his shots, then all power to him. And I jack out at that point. So at the point in which I leave the game, it was 8-6. We do actually go on to win that game. And actually, I ended up having done something like 1700 damage in a tier 6 heavy tank in a tier 8 game, which is twice my own health points, and I come out of that with the top XP on my team, despite the fact that I'm already dead. So you can see that you can still do stuff even if you're bottom tier, especially in the KV-1S. It's such a very good tank. It's not perfect, it has its problems, but it is incredibly good. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you guys, I suppose, liked seeing a game that was, you know, not an amazing carry. It was just a reasonably solid game, and we did what we could before we died. And let's be honest, this is how most people's games are going to go most of the time. You know, if they have a half decent game when they're bottom tier, then they'll have had a few shots and they'll probably die eventually, which is what happened here. But I'm still managed to get top XP. Anyway, I keep ramming the point home. I'm going to stop rambling now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys found the game vaguely interesting. If you did, feel free to catch some of my other videos or subscribe or whatever. And I wish you happy hunting on the battlefield. Ciao, ciao.